Welcome back to another episode of Spirit Juice No Additives. We got another subscriber. See how easily I am made happy and satisfied. I am all for gradual growth. I've got a lot I want to cover in a short amount of time. I want to keep this at 15 minutes. So I'm going to jump right in and read our 199 promises of God. The verse for today comes from Mark 11:22-23. And Jesus answering said unto them, have faith in God, for verily I say unto you, that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he saith shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he saith. Okay, a lot of times we have this expectation because we get on our knees and pray that we have an adequate amount of faith that God is going to do hope and faith, fine line. Um, with both of you, well, you can always have hope. That's why you get on your knees and pray. But as far as having that unyielding faith that change is going to come, um, some of us don't have that. And that determines whether or not things move in the direction that we want it to. So when God doesn't bless or bring about the change that you want, you have to question, how deep is your faith? How often are you in connection with God? How often are you in relationship with God? Are you coming from the depths of your heart, or are you just saying and speaking words because you feel like that's what you're supposed to say? But only God knows the heart and knows the true level of faith that one has. So we might can move mountains and heal people and bring them back from death or whatever, but it depends on that unyielding faith. Not, you can have the faith of a mustard seed, but you have to have deep faith in order for God to really move in your life and have the Holy Spirit really move in your life. Uh, just not speak words, okay? So let's move on. Let's jump right into Tim Norman. Tim Norman was convicted. Of course, we know that. Okay. So he cannot appeal until he has 30 days, within 30 days of sentencing to appeal. Okay. So everything is kind of silent until he's sentenced. Okay. And they're going to have, in the sentencing, they're going to have victim impact statements, appealing the judge to, you know, give him the full NASA, make sure he's punished justly. And then you got his side where people are going to come and testify to his character and say good things about him. And then somehow in between, the judge is going to make a decision as to his punishment and how long he's going to be there. I did a little research. Out of 40% of appeals, because all cases are not appeal worthy, uh, out of 40% of appeals of trials, 4% get reversed. 16% are affirmed. Up to 3 winning is very bored. God to find legal. Okay. Winning is very hard in appellate court. I mean, usually courts like to stay in line with rulings from other courts. Um, I was thinking about this today real hard as far as the appellate court. You have to find an error in the legal process made by defense or what have you, or the judge or plaintiff. They shouldn't allow, I mean, not the plaintiff, but the state shouldn't allow certain information, exculpatory um, uh, information not given to the other party. Um, those are the type of things that get you a reversal, or maybe the court can adjust the sentence, or maybe the court can overturn and send back down to the lower court, depending on the error. But let's look at this realistically. It's all about money in the appeal stage. Sometimes appeals go with unique cases that deserve to be appealed. The defendant and his defense feel like there was a serious mistake. This outcome shouldn't be, and there's a motivation there. But with Tim's case, the evidence was overwhelming. So the defense lawyer probably felt, or I would, I mean, you're going to lose this, okay? The only thing I can do is leave a door open so that you can, you know, do this again and see if you get a better outcome, which is a risk because you can get even more time. It's all about the money and how much he's willing to spend. And when you're in jail, you're desperate. So whatever funds you got or can round up, yeah, you're going to use them for an appeal. And a lawyer might say, well, you don't have a appealable case. But he's not going to turn away those dollars. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we can just move around like we're doing something and get that money. Typically there's up to 3 appeals you can get in criminal defense. I mean criminal cases. It depends on the state, and it has depend on a variety of different issues. So, in my opinion, I just feel like, and this opinion is coming from both having experience with both criminal and civil court, and I won both of them because I'm not a criminal, okay? And then because I'm not a criminal, anybody that accused me, I got to take to court. So, and win. So I like to do my research. I like to go in and dig, and if I think I'm right, I'm like a dog with a bone. But anyway, I don't think he's going to get a reversal. There did appear to be some incompetence on his defense team. They might have left the door open for him to have an appeal, but on the basis of the evidence, he has no. You got people saying, I did this, and they willing to, you know, risk their lives saying, I did this, and Tim had me doing it. Goes a long way with 3 people. Okay, they're not going to give up their lives, you know, and none of these people had any invested relationship with this, with the victim, Andre. So, lost. I'm at 8 minutes already. This probably, oh my God. Okay, so the appellate court can do a reversal, he can quit, or they can enhance or decrease the sentence. Okay. It takes at least about a month. It can be as little as a month to over a year before the decision of the appellate court, if they hear the case. Okay, they might decide to say, hey, this is not appealable. We're not going to even look at it. We're not going to review it. There are typically no wins as far as criminal appeals. I mean, the majority of appeals are affirmed. Okay. So they got 30 days to file after the sentencing. So we'll be looking for that. Okay, I discussed that. Let's move on to Tia Mowry. She announced her divorce today. They had a prenup. There's some allegations of cheating. There's some allegations that she did it for her health because maybe he has a history of cheating. I don't want to speculate in alleged fact allegations as facts, so I won't end up in Tasha K's situation. But yeah, she did file for a divorce. I don't know. She thought she had a diamond in the rough. This guy had nothing. He had a raggedy apartment, sleeping on the floor. But Tia Mowry seen something in him. Mowry seen something in him and married him and had 2 kids. And now it's ended in a divorce. So sometimes you got to think about why people are in certain situations when it comes to merging with another person in life and marriage. You want to be very careful who you marry and know the person. That's the thing with relationships nowadays. We have a high rate of divorce because we don't know ourselves. So we therefore don't know what pleases us. We think we know, but when you're dysfunctional, you really don't know what is and what is not. So you have to take those times after relationships, after experiences, and really do a thorough, honest self inventory to see how you arriving at the situation, and looking at what didn't work and what did work, and what I can compromise and sacrifice and move on to the next. Before moving on to the next. Now let's talk about Nick Cannon. Lord have mercy. Lord, his 10th child and counting. Okay. Um, he's expecting another baby by Rosa. A third child. Okay. He has this sore on the corner of his mouth. And I looked at another picture and I seen a dark spot in the corner of his mouth. And it seems like it's recurring, but it could be from a number of things. I get a bump or something up here when I shave. It might be from what they call it, follicular follicular fusiform. Go figure. Uh, that's what they call it. Where something in the follicles cause, bumping. I usually get one in the corner of my mouth when I'm shaving my mustache. So it could be any number of things, but we're not going to speculate over here. We're just going to do well wishes for our friend Nick, our our fans, and this is from Media Takeout. But expecting your 10th kid, I mean, he's doing just the opposite of what the doctors would want. Like Tony Braxton has lupus, and she's all about aura and stress relieving, self care, those type of things. Having 10 kids and counting is not having self care. Okay, uh, having all these kids are not going to give you a donor for lupus. You know, uh, I would imagine, um, unless he got something else, another disease that he's not exposing. But I say up a lot when I'm trying to get my thoughts together, so please forgive me. But he's creating a Pandora's box with his health, and he's just adding stress. It's a lot of stress in our careers, it's a lot of stress with our families, and he's juggling different women. He's having these kids out of wedlock with some of them, a majority of them. I think he's only been married to Mariah, so outside of the twins, I mean, it's just fornication. Um, whether we are religious or not, when you're doing something that's not right, having sex just out of wedlock with random people, because you can't establish a significant relationship with 10 baby mamas or 8 baby mamas or 7 baby mamas. It's just causing chaos. And then the people, the women coming together and allowing all the brothers and sisters to, get to know each other and be raised together. It's a big, huge issue always, in co-parenting and blended families. So I don't know. I just really don't know what is in his mind thought, his thought process, as far as him addressing his medical issues. And a huge part of that with lupus is not having a lot of stress and doing a lot of self-care. So if you got to focus on yourself, how you going to focus on 10 kids? Tell me that, Nick. Okay, now let's talk about Tasha K backtracking, saying that she hasn't moved to Africa yet. I haven't moved there yet. She's backtracking because it's gonna, a part of this decision, since Carly B's lawyers brought up the fact that she's making significant moves to avoid paying. So ain't no need of backtracking. You don't put money in a foreign country's bank. So hey, like, subscribe, Like, subscribe, like, subscribe, share, people. I got another subscriber overnight. It seems like I'm getting one every day. So I am so thankful for you guys, and I like doing this, and I like spending time with you guys, and explaining and breaking down stuff. So stick with me.